Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pop Cult X. This is episode 172. My name is Danny. I'm one of your hosts here at Pop Cult X, where we talk about all things pop culture from our Gen X point of view. Today, we're diving into the world of iconic pop culture romances, the love stories that have made us swoon, cry, and sometimes even roll our eyes, right? From classic Hollywood romances to superhero love stories. We're gonna just, try and cover it all. But so this episode is just in time for Valentine's Day, which is what the holiday of love, right? Romance and overpriced chocolates. But did you know that Valentine's Day actually dates back to ancient Rome? Some say it was inspired by the festival Lupercalia, a fertility celebration, while others credit Saint Valentine, who supposedly performed all these secret marriages. Either way, over time, it's evolved into a day to express love, exchange cards, and of course, binge watch romantic movies. I know we like to sometimes call it the Hallmark holiday, because, it's the way the greeting cards make their money. But anywho, what better time to break down the most iconic love stories in pop culture? So for this episode, I'm going to go through different genres of pop culture romances, and I'll throw out some couples or some relationships that really stood out to me. And I want to hear from you guys. Drop us a comment, DM us, tag us in your social media with your picks, and just let us know who you think fit best into those categories. So, let's just get into it. Why not? So let's start off with classic Hollywood romances. Who are those most iconic old school romances in your opinion? Are there someone like Rick and Ilsa from Casablanca, Scarlett and Rhett from Gone with the Wind, or like Maria and Tony from West Side Story? For me, out of those three, I'd probably pick Maria and Tony just because West Side Story is, I grew up with that, the musical portion of that, right? So sharks and jets, and it's the tragic romance that really redefined Romeo and Juliet, right? Since it's based on that. What about you guys? Let me know. And next we'll have blockbuster movie romances. Which of these classic movie couples do you love the most? So Jack and Rose from Titanic, Edward and Vivian from Pretty Woman, Johnny and Baby from Dirty Dancing. So that's a hard one for me to choose because I think Jack and Rose from Titanic is probably the most iconic, although all three of them are pretty quotable. I mean, nobody puts baby in a corner, right? So it's a tough one for me to choose on that. Although I think just the way Jack and Rose has gone above and beyond their own movie into the stratosphere of pop culture really puts them on the leaderboard for me at the top. Because there's even been or what was it, Mythbusters made about whether or not Jack could fit on the door, right? So I think that one really is going to be the top tier iconic blockbuster movie relationship. At least for me. What about you guys? What do you think? Did I miss one? Let me know. Drop us a comment. Moving on, we have romantic comedy iconic relationships. So, which rom-com couple do you think had the best chemistry? So, what Harry and Sally from the movie When Harry Met Sally, Bridget and Mark from Bridget Jones' Diary, or even a little bit more of a I don't want to say lesser known, but maybe one that maybe most people wouldn't have picked, and it'd be Tom and Summer from 500 Days of Summer. That movie is really up there for me. I really like 500 Days of Summer. I think it's an interesting take on relationships. And was Summer really the villain there? No, I don't think so. It had to be Tom, right? What do you guys think? What romantic comedy film had the best relationship or the most iconic relationship that went above and beyond in that genre? Now, for a little more of sinister romances, if you will, like outlaw romances, like Bonnie and Clyde. Yes, they were based on real people, but their story really took off in the movie from the movie Bonnie and Clyde. Mickey and Mallory from Natural Born Killers, Sid and Nancy, or I guess this can be included in two categories, but I'll just throw it in here because of the outlaw portion. The Joker and Harley Quinn, that very toxic but legendary relationship. Now, for me, I think the most outlaw one would probably be Bonnie and Clyde, just because it was a relationship that was filled with crime, passion, and of course had their tragic ending. Um, which is what we always look for in a relationship, right? Tragedy. And I mentioned the Joker and Harley Quinn could be in two different categories because next up we have superhero romances, Love and Justice, right? Who are the most iconic superhero couples of all time? Of course, so Joker, Harley Quinn, or Superman and Lois Lane, Batman and Catwoman, and Spider-Man and Mary Jane, or even Wanda and Vision. So, which of those stories do you think really resonates with you? For me, I'm not sure. I think probably Batman and Catwoman because it's full of tension and stolen moments. They're always finding themselves on the opposite sides of the law, and that's what really, but they're still drawn to each other. So of course, there are more than just TV or movies for these classic romances. There's also sitcoms, right? So TV series. And now there are plenty of them out there, many, many, many. But which ones really um, would you say are iconic that really went above their show into the pop culture arena? Like they just didn't say, "Oh yeah, I know them from that show." You could say, like, are my examples like Lucy and Ricky, their relationship that's way above just the "I love Lucy," right? People know if you say Lucy and Ricky, they know who they're talking about. Same can be said for maybe Sam and Diane from Cheers. That tension, the ultimate will they or won't they type deal. Um, that really wasn't my um, go to, I guess. I think one of the other ones that really stood out to me, and this is like their 35 years of imperfect love, would be Homer and Marge Simpson. She's always putting up with him and his craziness, and he's, loyal to her as well. And that's one they've really stayed together. So that one really, I think, takes it for me when I think of like a classic TV, although it's animated, classic TV relationship or romance. So those are the categories. I want to hear from you. Who are your favorite pop culture couple and why? Like I said, drop us a comment here on YouTube, on Spotify. Leave us a comment there. Find us on our social medias. Drop us a DM or a comment there. Let us know. I really want to hear from you guys, and that way, we can stay engaged with you, and we'll keep celebrating this thing we call love in pop culture. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.